Your expression, Barbara. So clever. Looks as if you have. Clever.
Dear colleagues, I hope you came after these 2 hours with the new strength to share experiences from 2 colleagues. First, Spiros Loustos from Athens, Greece, who is group analyst and psychologist and bachelor in philosophy and education and master in educational psychology. And please, Spiros, thank you.
Thank you, Tia.
But I think you need to put that. Give it to me.
Thank you. Thank you, Tia. It's a great honor to be here, and I thank the Heckelting Committee for this invitation about the presentation. I'm going to speak about group analytic training during the financial crisis in Greece. I'm really happy to be here in Bristol with you to share our experiences. I represent Hope in GA, Athens, the institute in the North Suburbs. I will go to present you a little bit about the situation in Greece. 20 years before the emergence of the financial crisis, which exploded in 2010, Greece achieved a substantial economic development. We were really glad and happy of what was happening there, money. But suddenly in 2010, crisis exploded, and we had free markets didn't lend money with low interest, so we had 2010 Greece signed a memorandum with the European Union member states and the IMF for a pre-millennial loan of 110 billion euros. There are applications of measures and really uncertainty. Political scene changed rapidly, creating both insecurity and hope. There is also insecurity because we are going to leave, there is also Brexit, we are going to leave Euro. Let's see now a little bit about the consequences of this crisis. Can be distinguished in 2 levels, socio-economical and psychological. We had lowering of salaries and the state pensions, changes in work conditions, closing down companies, direct and indirect taxation, diminishment of consumers' buying power. Also, in social political level, it's worth mentioning the Golden Dawn political party who voted in 3rd place in the last elections. It's a very fascist, non-hidden fascist ideology party that members are behaving aggressively to immigrants and to even accused for murders. Also, there was explosion of unemployment. The rates was about 26%. 2014. Generation Z is a phenomenon that, because of unemployment, many young scientists, Greek scientists, had to immigrate abroad. Most of them with postgraduate studies. About 200,000 young people immigrated the last 4 years around the world. They left Greece. Poverty and social exclusion, the rates, there are 3 million people were reported to be at risk of poverty and social exclusion. The number of homeless people have increased during all these images are very new for Greece. People looking at the garbage or waiting for food for the non-governmental institutions too. And also there were, in psychological level, there are unpleasant feelings, anxiety. People tend to be pessimistic about the future, express sorrow and anger. There is increase in suicide. Most of them are men due to financial crisis. And also there are restrictions in NHS and increase in depression rates. Many people are really desperate. And now I'm going to speak speak a little bit about the situation in organizations, what happened in group analysis in Greece. My intention was to present the variation of trainees in all training institutions for group analysis that offer group analysis in training in Greece. But I have applied for statistical data to all 4 institutions, but only 2 replied to my emails. One once said that they had some objections regarding the data and the correlation with the financial crisis, and they were right, because there are many variables and factors that could explain numbers and data, and this, however, demands actual field research. My intention, though, is to show the current situation in numbers, free from further interpretations. So, unfortunately, I only collected data from Hope in GA, the institution that I represent, but it's here another colleague from other institutions that he can share the experience, how did they deal with financial crisis. So there are 3 diagrams. The one is in the join the training, the last 10 years. As you can see, if you can divide the right before crisis, we had the most applicants, 2009-2010, 21%. If the diagram could be divided in 2 periods, before crisis and after. The applicants' percentage before crisis is 63, and the reduction that follows is evidently clear. You can see the green and the orange. In graduation, percentage is 41 before crisis, 59. I don't think it's anything important here. And in dropout, percentages is exactly in the middle, before is equal, 50-50. Here you can see the variance. Green is join, graduation, the other green line. But you can see it better here. And difference is a score appearing in the diagram between entering the training and the graduation could be explained by the behavior of trainees to attend partly the training course after the financial crisis, but also for personal reasons, such as pregnancies, etc. Regarding dropout scores, it should be mentioned that the majority started with the introductory seminar, personal therapy in the theory group, that means no supervision group. However, there is a significant differentiation in dropouters' attitude before and after crisis. After financial crisis, either they immigrate abroad or turn to different training courses that better fitted their current needs, but most important, most of them continue their personal therapy, as far as I know, of course. And we will continue in the effects in trainers. Kandounis studied in 2014, he's a colleague from Hope GA, the impact of socioeconomic crisis upon the appearance of burnout among group analysts. He used the IPA research method. The sample was group analysts in private practice, trainers in Hope GA. They reported additional stress due to sudden departure of group members, either because they had to immigrate, either because they couldn't support their therapy economically, or because the reduction of their income, because all private practitioners in all fields in Greece suffer from the same. Also, they reported agony, uncertainty, lack of control, and anger, but also empathy, responsibility for their job, and concern about the clients, which seems to have protected them from being defeated by the crisis. It kept them in tune in their role as therapists and trainers. They offered discounts, and they found it as a means to show solidarity to the society, and their commitment to the therapist-trainer role has worked as a protective shield for their psychological well-being. He concluded that Kandounis, that he didn't find burnout syndrome among the trainers. That is because they found ways to cope well in a flexible and creative manner, especially the engagement with art, while believing in the importance of their own society as therapists. Moreover, they were found to be able to take care of their own psychological well-being. Now let's see the effects on trainees. Kavadia, another colleague, studied fresh group analysts concerning their experiences in starting a group as professionals. They were trainees during the financial crisis. They have graduated last year or 2 years ago. She used IPA research method. As I already said, the sample were fresh group analysts. They reported extra support either by extending personal therapy, either by the training institution. They feel fear, anxiety, and guilt because they wanted, as patients, to be treated more in their therapy. They had that need. They were really concerned about losing ability to contact groups, and they felt that group self is at risk. Cavadia concluded that trainers should help more fresh professionals to internalize the group as a concept using the therapeutic groups, that social circumstances have changed and the situation in Greece has become harder for beginners group analysts, and longer person analysis seems appropriate in order to face difficult reality. Let's see now the example of Hope in GA. How did we reacted to crisis? 1 year after the onset of the financial crisis, in the mid of year 2011, trainees started to complain about the high fees of their training. There was increasing pressure. There were phenomena such as trainees who could not fulfill their obligations to the institution and had debts, temporarily interrupting training, partial participation of the course in order to lower the amount of fees, shrinking of the introductory seminar. There were also applicants that didn't finally attend the training course. Initially, officially Hope in GA held back and waited for further reactions. Debates soon appeared among the committee members. One side didn't want to proceed to any change to the fees. They were hesitating due to fears of downgrading and depreciating the course. The other side, it was linking clear to motivation. The other side sustained that we had to proceed to reductions of fees in order to follow social circumstances. In this situation of waiting and debating, trainees took on some action. They created a voluntary group for action in the local community. I interviewed the two initiators, their trainees in the last year of the training, and they reported that as a very important experience. That group lasted for 2.5 years. They offered intervention group psychotherapy to a club for elderly people, and it lasted for 2.5 years. This meeting of the groups, they developed cohesion, and they had some complaints. They wanted some more support from the official Hope in GA. They felt that there was some ambivalence from it was something new. So some of them were, some members of Hope in GA were really supportive, and some kept some distances. And of course, it was a way to find clinical material. But most importantly, trainees wrote and posted a request to the training committee asking for amendments to the tuition fees, respectively, due to the cuts they had experienced in their own incomes. They stressed that after all the effort they had put into the training, they didn't want to drop out due to financial reasons. Out of 3 training programs, 9 now of 17 trainees has signed the petition, a percentage too large to ignore. The issue came up for discussion in the organizational committee for training that the organization holds at regular intervals, and some decisions were reached. A small discount as means of goodwill gesture was made in the first place, but also an external supervisor was called in order to investigate the dynamics and practical issues raised by the organization under this situation. The presence of Christer Sadal, a Swedish group panelist with great experience in organizational issues, was catalytic. Through group processes such as experiential workshops, differences were bridged, conflicts were avoided, tensions were eased, intentions were clarified, and we all realized that we are all at the same side. Our common wish and will is the organization's survival, existence, and continuity, and group analysis promotion on its individual, organization, and society as well. At the same time, the need for a space for dialogue on a frequent and regular basis became evident. A large group named Training Community was therefore initiated Actually, it was an already existing group that runs twice a year, conducted by a guest group analyst. External conductor ensured that boundaries were kept in the organization. After 10 years that HopeNGA functions, we have reached a point of maturity that permits inner conduction of the group. All members of the organization can participate, either they are founding members, trainees or graduates of any of the training programs. The group meets every 2 months except for the summer holiday period. The head of the training program and president of HopeNGA, Margarita Kritikou, suggested that the group might be conducted on rotation, the members of the training committee alternately. This group is in the revised form, has run for 2 years now, and will continue. It has achieved remarkable results regarding the organization's function. On a more technical level, it was realized that a further reduction in tuition fees of 10%, including we decided to make a further reduction in the fees, 10%, including the group participation in the introductory seminar. So let's see a little bit of theory now. Where does group analysis meet social context? I believe in the theory of median and large group and its application to organizations. Median group is a familiar size of ongoing operational group for professionals in educational settings or in operational teams or work groups. In larger group analytic context, people learn to participate and communicate within it, listening and talking openly, carefully, thoughtfully, matefully, responsibly, each one trying to find and establish an authentic personal voice, is something that can be learned through participation in the development of open communication in the larger group. As in the example of OpenGA, there were 2 subgroups, trainers and trainees, and in the background, financial crisis in the wider social context. Training community as a medium large group concerned with the discovery, exploration and the resolution of tensions, not only in intrapersonal and interpersonal level, but mostly among these subgroups. This is what large groups facilitate. The larger the setting, the more the focus is in relationships with the wider society. When personal problems do come to the fore in large groups, are likely to be connected with problems with emotional disorders resulting from social disturbance. As Fuchs suggested, median groups may be brought together to form a problem-solving unit with the focus maintained upon difficulties of interrelationship in the wider context. This is very close to the first of the 3 types of large analytic group that he distinguished, problem-centered large groups, in which the whole group functions as a problem-solving unit. He described this as social therapy rather than psychotherapy, because the focus is on the problem that concerns with difficulties of interrelationships in which all members are involved and not with individual disturbances. The training community of HopeNGA has slowly transformed after 2 years into the 3rd type that Fuchs described, the therapy-centered large group. That type of group is free to investigate all aspects of group activity in their ongoing situation, unconscious, disguised, and symbolic meanings. Mojovich stressed the influence of a difficult post-totalitarian social context to the group analytic matrix. Catastrophic phenomena experienced during the chaotic period of the war in ex-Yugoslavia were transferred to group analytic settings, activation of psychotic defenses in individual, group, and institution, and group analytic work in every size form of group helps Serbians not to maintain a catastrophic attitude, but by sharing and analyzing group phenomena. Also, the trainers' devotion and struggle to reach Serbia, as well as the group matrix of the training course, function as good objects. They were internalized so that Serbian colleagues achieved later to resisting pressure originated from group projections. Margarita Kritikou discussed acting out in training institutes. She stressed that acting out phenomena are influenced from the social context and the leadership. There is I'm afraid I have to skip because I don't have time. So, yes, she stressed the citizens, after all, we're either with trainers, therapists, trainees, or patients, we're struggling to reach maturity, which is the capacity to work, to love, and to function as citizens. Also, it's Patrick Desmarais' group work about large group, who really have something to say about the theme. Large group and societies, they have similarities in structure, while the society also can be dominated by the split of projections. Without intervention, could lead into a culture that is inappropriate, out of date, unresponsive to current needs, and difficult to change. There are two basic terms, original Greek, dialogue and koinonia. With dialogue, he meant free later discourse that appears in a large group, and koinonia is the personal fellowship that could be developed in a large group when dialogue has been established. Training, a little bit about the discussion, and I will conclude in a while. The therapeutic factors of the group, according to the group analytic theory, reside on the group as a whole and not solely on the conductor. Our training community functions as a therapeutic group for HOPE NGA and its members. There were answers. The group has been formed on the appropriate time as an answer to the request for further support, as it was revealed from the study of Cavadia and the trainees' comments regarding the voluntary work group. The sense of belonging has been enhanced. The group established a culture promoting free exploration of the underlying dynamics based on open and frank dialogue and communication. Members who participate moved on from the paranoid position to the depressive position according to Kleinian terminology. Anxiety, panic, and frustration transferred by the Greek society and brought in our relationship with HOPE NGA were not evaded or suppressed. Some comments about the rotation. Scapegoat phenomena have been avoided. It is more group-centered, rotation conducting. And also, this is a comment about what happens in the Greek society according to option relations theory. A manic defensive position in the form of irrational spending secured by bank loans and false welfare led to a sudden reality confrontation where dreams have been brutally shattered, letting people devastated in a desperate position. This brutal landing in reality has resulted in alarmingly increased suicide attempts. Group analysis creates political thought. Should I finish? Okay. Group analysis, just one comment that I believe that group analysis in Greece has been completely adjusted to the Greek society in reality because they're divided, because it's the only, in Egatin we have 3 members, all in Athens. It's something unique. And Greece, or the Backlash made herself available to projections from the outside, resulting to inner splitting, or maybe splitting has always been an inner characteristic of the Greek society. I'm proud to be a member of HOPE because we are open to learn from our trainees and some lessons from Greek. I think there is ground for communication among Greek group analysts without prepositions, respectful dialogue, and internal maturity. And Egatin as a neutral space could become an initial bridge for different group analytic institutes to examine differences and common futures. Thank you for your attention.